Hello, I'm Gino, my wife Dazzle. Welcome to Dazzle TV. It's 5:29 p.m. here in Numancia, Aklan in the Philippines. We're getting ready for our sunset exercise. There's Dazzle. She started her jogging already. I'm just gonna follow her. I'm just gonna keep track where Dazzle is jogging and film a video. Earlier when we picked up Leanna from school, we picked her up at 4 p.m. It was bright and sunny and hot. Now it is cloudy and I'm actually feeling a light sprinkle of rain, but hopefully we don't get rained on our exercise this afternoon. A friend of mine shared this to me on Facebook. It says, life gets easier when you stop fighting it. The rain will fall whether you complain or not. Traffic will exist whether you stress or not. People will act how they want whether you worry or not. Focus on what you can change. Let go of what you can't. The topic of this video is adjusting to the Philippines. My friend, his name is Ayo John on YouTube. He does videos like me, walking videos like this. He was walking the other day and he was almost hit by a car. When you live here in the provinces, a lot of times the roads do not have sidewalks and you end up walking on the street. And vehicles here, motorbikes or tricycles, when they pass you here, if you're walking with the flow of traffic, they don't slow down. They even sometimes honk at you. That's why I told my friend John, he needs to walk against the flow of traffic so he can at least see the vehicles, the motorbikes or tricycles coming at him. Another thing that you have to watch out here in Aklan province, on our main highway, the Aklan National Highway, there's pedestrian lanes. But most vehicles, motorbikes or tricycles, they will not stop for a pedestrian here, even if there is a pedestrian lane. At Leanna's school, that is a school zone. Lots of kids walking to go to school. Same thing, they have a crosswalk over at the highway, and vehicles, motorcycles, and tricycles, they do not stop. Even for kids trying to cross the pedestrian lane. That's why our barangay, they even hired a crossing guard to help the kids cross on the pedestrian lane on a school zone, because the vehicles do not stop even for kids going to school wearing their school uniform. I'm gonna try to finish this video this morning. It's 8:24 a.m. here in Numancia, Aklan in the Philippines. Dazzle and I got caught in the rain yesterday at sunset. It just started pouring. We actually had to run back home. We got a little wet, but it was all good. We got home in time. Not too bad. The sun is trying to break out here. I still see some clouds. It hasn't rained this morning though. We actually plan on going swimming today at Agzam Resort in Calibo. It's only about a 15-minute drive to Agzam Resort. That was gonna be our gift to Leanna for studying so hard this past week for her final exams. We wanted to take her swimming because that is one of Leanna's favorite activity. To continue on the topic of adjusting in the Philippines, regarding crossing pedestrian lane on the highways here, you really are the one that need to adjust to that. You can't get mad at the drivers not stopping at a pedestrian lane here in the province. Unfortunately, that is something here that I don't think will ever change. People in the province just do not stop at pedestrian lanes. Even when Dazzle and I are walking around Calibo and they have those traffic lights that has the signal for walking, like it'll give you a signal to walk, Dazzle and I, we still have to look for tricycles that's gonna run red lights or won't give you way when you cross. You just have to be very careful here when you are crossing the street. Again, you are the one that has to adjust to that. Because if you don't adjust, it will just keep aggravating you. That will never change here, living in the province. Same thing with my friend John, that I advise that he walks against the flow of traffic to avoid being hit by a car. He has to be the one to adjust, because the way people are here on the road is never going to change. Driving a car or riding a motorcycle for foreigners here can be one of the most stressful situations for them. Even for me, when I started driving here, it was a major adjustment for me to drive here. My advice is ease into it. Just go slow, drive defensive, and be very patient. There are lots of things to learn here about driving or riding a motorbike here that is not on any book or any manual. They have started to require new drivers getting their driver's license for the first time to attend driving school. That is now a requirement in order for you to get a driver's license. Unfortunately, there are a lot of drivers on the road here that never had any formal driver's education course. There's actually a common meme here regarding attending the seminar that the LTO, the Land Transportation Office, offers here for driver safety course. When people violate rules of the road here, people joke that they must have only attended half day of the seminar and didn't complete the course. Very popular meme here. One of the things that you'll have to adjust when you're driving here is getting into an intersection with no traffic light or no stop signs. Be very careful and slow down, because there will be vehicles that will fly through intersections here, especially the motorbikes. You really have to watch the motorbikes, because the motorbikes can come from different directions, sometimes against the flow of traffic. When you get into an intersection, it doesn't matter if you're the first person on the intersection. People will still try to block you with their motorcycle, tricycle, or vehicle. That is so much different from what we are taught driving in a developed country. They really don't follow the right of way here. Again, You will have to adjust to that when you're driving or riding your motorcycle here. Because unfortunately, I don't think that will ever change or improve here. Another thing that I'm very careful when I'm driving here, when I'm making a left turn, I put my signal lights, my left signal lights on, waiting for oncoming traffic to clear so I can make a left turn. Before I make that left turn, I always look on my mirrors to see if somebody is going to try to pass me on my left, even with my left signal on, especially the motorbikes. They will ignore your left turn signal because they are just in a hurry here. Again, you have to be the one to make the adjustment because I don't think that will ever change here. My friend Eileen, when she was vacationing here and she would ride in our car, she would always count the number of vehicles that are riding on the wrong side of the road. It's called counterflowing here. Mostly motorcycles and some tricycles. She just couldn't believe how many motorbikes and tricycles do that here in the Philippines. Those are just some of the few things you have to watch out when you try to drive here in the Philippines. I have just learned to adjust to it. I drive super defensive here, and I also drive super slow because I'm retired. I am never in a rush to go anywhere. Another issue that some of my foreigner friends tell me is adjusting to being stared at. Here in the province, as a foreigner, that is common. Foreigners just get stared at. And I understand that can be tough for some foreigners. I honestly think it's more of a curiosity. I don't think they mean anything bad when they stare at you. Oh, I just noticed this garden here. I had filmed this garden months ago, and all the plants and trees that they've planted here are all getting mature now. I see papaya. There's a lot of papaya fruit right there too. Oh, I see a lot of peppers right there. Dazzle and I, we always get stares from people too. I think because I'm 29 years older than Dazzle. Dazzle will be 30 years old this year, and I'm going to be 59 years old this year. And also, I'm a lot taller than Dazzle. I'm 5'10", and Dazzle, she's below 5 feet. And when Dazzle and I are at the mall, at the grocery, walking at the park, we are always holding hands. We get a lot of stares from people. That has never bothered Dazzle and I. Because again, I don't think people mean any harm by staring. I think again, it's more of a curiosity. I always just live my life. I don't let other people bother me. I'm retired. I no longer have to be in a situation where I don't like the situation. I think it's important that you adjust to these situations. You can't let the little things that happen here pile up and bother you, because that can easily get overwhelming. My recommendation for people is always focus on the positives. It doesn't matter where you live in this world. Unfortunately, there are just a lot of negative things in this world. And if you focus on the negatives, you will end up not enjoying life. I try to focus on the good people in my life. I try to hang out and surround myself with good people. People that I know care about me and my family. I don't waste time on people that bring negativity into my life. Thank you for your continued support of our channel. Dazzle, Leanna, and I, we truly appreciate your support. Take care, everyone.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you in our next video.